Alright, taking the gym out on a little drive. It's been about 9 months since I got my Jimny. I went for the 4-speed automatic. It was the Alpha trim, so top of the line. And there was a lot of back and forth. So this was essentially my first car. I've always driven my dad's. I've been fortunate enough to be able to drive my dad's car in the past. And I just, got to a point in my life where I really wanted something which was also practical, but also was a passion project. Ever since the Jimny came out, I think the first time I saw the ads was, I want to say 2018, when 3-door came out in markets like the UK, South Africa, Australia, and ever since I saw that little thing, I was just hooked. And it was just something about it, the old school shape, but it was relatively modern safety equipment and all of that. And I was just so drawn by the car. And the moment they announced the 5-door, launch in India, I was so excited. And one creator in particular, Matt Watson for CarWow, like the videos he would make with it, the Jimny, competing with Land Cruisers and Defenders and G-Wagons, and it was amazing how this little thing was able to keep up with them and sometimes even do better when it came to the off-road stuff. And I think what I saw was a blank canvas, and it just had so much potential for aftermarket modifications, and you could really make it your own without having to break the bank. So effectively at this price range, you're looking at quite a few cars, right? You could look at top of the line, those just over 4-meter SUVs like the Venue, and you could look at maybe mid-spec sedans like the Virtus and the Slavia, the City, all of which are great cars, but it just simply does not match what this car can do. You literally feel like you're on the road with a companion, and especially given the situation of roads in Bangalore, I think the Jimny just makes so much sense. It's a perfect city car. It goes everywhere, and I don't have to worry about the roads because literally, even though it's not the fastest thing out there on the market, it doesn't have a turbocharger, it doesn't have a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It's just got a simple, very old school 4-speed torque converter, but it doesn't need to be that quick, because what matters at the end of the day is your average speed, right? So you're doing the same speeds even over a broken section of the road. So that's what people don't really understand with the Jimny. So here I've just got like a bad section of road, and I'm just so comfortable doing it. I don't really think too much. So let's talk about the things that I did with the car. So I got it took about a month or so after my allocation, and I ordered it. I spoke to a couple of dealers. At that point, when I was ready to actually buy one, they didn't really have too many deals going on, so you couldn't get a car which was just sitting at their warehouse. So I had to get one fresh off the factory floor, which is a good thing. because I believe my car was manufactured in November and I got it, early December. So it was literally just put together and I got it. And yeah, it was such an exciting feeling. I think Maruti, Nexa, I should say, they weren't very keen on selling the Jimny. They were saying it really doesn't sell well, and they do an extremely terrible job actually marketing this car. I think the only reason this car even sells the numbers that it does is just because of the enthusiasts. I don't think Nexa has anything to do with the sales, because it's just the people who know what the car is, what it's capable of, and that's the only reason it sells in India, because the marketing guys do a terrible job. They don't know anything about the car. They don't know, even when I received the car, they gave it to me in 4-wheel drive, which is not, it was 4-wheel drive was engaged, and that's not how you should be driving the car in the city especially. So that's right off the bat I knew Nexa didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know the product, because they just simply don't sell. They're so used to selling the Balenos and the Vitaras. So this isn't a typical Suzuki product in India. It wasn't made for the Indian market. It's just manufactured here and exported. So that was also something which was a bit more reassuring. And yeah, so the whole buying experience wasn't so great, because I feel like not too many of the dealers knew what they were selling, and they weren't very keen on giving me good deals. So I spoke to a couple of dealerships, and I finally managed to get a alright deal. It wasn't the best. It was just slightly lesser than the competition within the other dealerships. And took about a month or so. I got the delivery. Everything was smooth. The day I got the car, I took it down to this place called 6th Mile Customs in Bangalore. They're in close to around Indranagar, I think. And so yeah, I spoke to them well in advance. I told them I'm getting my car and I need these things done to it. And yeah, so the few things that I did get at the time, because I just got the car, so I wasn't really looking at spending too much money, but I got all the tires changed. I think the Jimny stock tires are great. I think they're very capable, but I just think it didn't suit the frame of the car. I wanted something with a wider track. So it comes with a stock 185 section, I think Bridgestone all-terrain tires, and I got them changed. I got these Yokohama's 215 section tires, slightly wider track, and I was very particular that I wanted the white text on the sidewalls of the tires. So that's what I did. I got those. I got all the 5 tires changed. Luckily, they did have a buyback option, so they did give me about 1,500 per tire. The next thing I did was change the grille. I wasn't a big fan of the chrome. I think they did that to sort of attract the Indian buyer, but it didn't work on me. So I got the Heritage grille with the Suzuki lettering, and as you can see, I got the upholstery changed. It's a faux leather with a bit of blue stitching, because the color that I got was it was called bluish black. It just looks black. I think over time, as I'm washing the car, which I do myself, I can see a bit of blue with that. So the name is justified. So yeah, that's the first thing I did with the car. I have plans now. I've done about 8,500 kilometers, and I do have plans on getting the suspension upgraded. It was the same guys at 6 Mile. They do Ironman and Tough Dog suspension and lift kits. I think so. The first impressions of the car was you're sitting really high up, right? You sit real high, you get a really great view over the bonnet. I love the flat bonnet. It feels like I'm driving something from the 1980s. I love these analog gauges. They're straight out of the Gypsy, basically, with the whole box shape and everything. Second thing I noticed as soon as I started driving the car was the heft of the steering wheel. So I was driving a City before this, and City is just, I always thought the City had a good balance, but yeah, I mean, coming from that, this felt very heavy, but it's great because I feel like shoulders are taken care of. So yeah, the steering is on the heavier side, and also you're ending up having to maneuver the steering wheel a lot more, and also the turning radiuses is horrible. It's not the best. Anytime someone asks me how it is to drive, I would say that would be the biggest con with the steering. I think the heft you get used to. It's the slow corners, the slow U-turns and things that you really have to get used to. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how a car like this is supposed to feel. It's supposed to feel a bit tough, right? Like you can take it on. But it is easy once you get used to it, especially because I enjoy driving, especially with one hand. And it's not too bad once you get used to it. So those are the initial impressions. The ride quality is amazing. Even with the stock tires, they were great. The faster you go over bumps, the smoother it gets. It's just yeah, it's just so great. I think it enables people to drive a bit more recklessly. So that would be the downside of that. But our roads are horrible, so like you need to start thinking about making alternatives, and I think this really helps. There's ease of driving, there's peace of mind because I'm not too worried about bottoming out, especially coming from a city. And a few other things. I like the screen. The audio quality is alright. I think the next thing that is on my priority list would be to get some soundproofing done. So I want to get some sound deadening installed on the doors and the on the floor and the ceiling. I think that would really help with the sound quality. There are companies like Pioneer. They make a plug-in sound system upgrade for the Jimny. So that is an option. I think they quoted me around 50 or 60,000 rupees for the upgrade. And I think the sound system is alright. I just think it's the soundproofing that needs work. So that's next on my priority list. And yeah, the other thing, I think one of the highlights, I love the air conditioning because it's a smaller cabin. It cools really quickly, and also from factory, the windows get a green tint, which I love because even we had a used Honda City from 1998, and that also had the same green tint, and it just gives such a Japanese feel to the cabin. Because I just knew the older Toyota Corollas and the Cities, they all used to come with that. So that's a nice touch. I think it keeps the heat out as well. So yeah, initial impressions were that the seats are great. I think pretty comfortable. There is no height adjust on the driver's side. Could be a problem with shorter drivers. I'm about 176 centimeters. It's alright for me. I have no issues. The switch gear all feel very robust. It doesn't feel like it's made by Suzuki for the Indian market. I'm sad to say that, but I've driven a few of their other cars and they just feel quite cheap. It's really built to last. grab handle here, the AC switches here, the controls for the power windows and everything just feel very high quality. And I know it was just, they didn't make it with us in mind, and I hope that changes in the future. I'm not really sure about the safety rating. I've never checked it. This isn't something that I'm going to be using as a highway cruiser. I'm fortunate enough to say that because I have options, but I mean, I don't think this is a car you want to take on the highway, since it's just a 4-speed. It does have an overdrive mode. Basically, it goes into the 4th gear, acts like a higher gear, helps you cruise and tries to keep the revs down. But I think the sweet spot for this car is about 80 to 90. I wouldn't take it over that. I think it just gets a bit too noisy because of the entire shape of the car. It's just not aerodynamic enough to cut through the air, I guess. And also it's just the engine. I think it's very comfortable there. And after that, beyond 90 to 100, your revs are just high. It's around 3,500 RPM, and I don't think it's meant to be there. It gets a bit noisy. You can hear the it's a nice bike. You can hear the transmission, so it's just, I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's a great city car. The occasional long drive, but the place it scores the highest is just the off-road bits. I think it's just so capable. It doesn't matter what you throw its way. And it doesn't matter that it has limited power. It just feels like it can go anywhere, and I think that is the best thing about this car. It literally feels like your partner, right? Your little partner in crime, and then you have the confidence to go anywhere, and you choose the road less taken. You choose the dirt road, because my favorite thing about driving this car on dirt roads is when you just have a bit of loose gravel and you just give it a little extra, feather the throttle a little more than you need to have, and the back steps out, because by default it is a rear wheel drive. So the back actually likes to step out a bit, and it's so much fun. It's not so much power where you can lose the car, so it feels fun, but you're not really going to get into any trouble doing that. It's just a little bit, and it's a lot more exaggerated on the inside than it looks from the outside, I can tell you that. So yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to drive. A little bit of dirt track, you don't feel a thing because the suspension takes it so well, and this is the stock suspension. So if you just take a turn in and you give a little extra throttle, then the back steps out. It's just so much fun to drive on a bit of dirt track. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I think Bangalore roads, given the off-road nature of them, I think this car just makes so much sense, and people just don't see it. And the best part about it, unlike a Thar where it appeals to most people, I think the Jimny really stands out, especially when you get the mods done. Everyone notices it. I was just driving by and these kids stop and they're looking at it like it's a sports car. And to get that sort of reaction from people, and you're not breaking the bank, trying to do that, it's the best feeling in the world. Because as a starting from a young enthusiast, I would have those reactions to certain cars growing up, and to elicit that from someone else is just such a great feeling. And I think it's unique. I think people, when they see a Jimny that's modded out like this, they look at it and they don't think, when someone looks at a sports car, I don't think they necessarily have the best things to say, because they're probably questioning how that person got the car, and whether they deserve to have something like that. I mean, a 2 crore, 3 crore car. So they're looking at it, but there's also some, they don't really have the best eyes when they do. So I think this car, you can get that sort of reaction from people, and they won't hate you for it. They won't think, oh, what an arrogant prick, right? They look at it and they're like, oh, it's something really different, and it's still something that a lot of people can afford to, but they just don't know about it, they don't do it. And I think that's what makes this car so unique, because nobody else, I don't see too many. I maybe on a day-to-day basis, I probably see 1 or 2 Jimneys on the road, and those are more or less stock. And nobody does, not too many people do too many things to their Jimneys, at least in Bangalore. I know when you go down to Kerala, and if you go up north, like to the mountains, you see a lot of them, and they are modded out to the brim. But I haven't seen that, not too much at least in Bangalore. I could be wrong. It's just my daily commute that I'm talking about. But yeah, it's the best feeling in the world when I see such reactions from people, and it makes me so happy. And I'm so happy the Jimny hasn't caught on in India, because I have something unique, and people value that. So I'll show you the exterior of the car. I'm actually just heading to a viewpoint close to the airport, and yeah, I'll show you the outside of the car and all the things I've done to it. Okay, these are some outdoor shots of the gym. Currently at a lake near the airport. It's very, very windy. But you can see here, these 3 all-terrain tires I've fitted. It's the new grill that I also got done. The thing about a Jimny is, no matter how much you wash it, it'll always get dirty, because you are never slowing down on the dirt tracks. It's a beautiful day, and yeah, this is my little walk around of the car. It has such a great stance now that I've changed the tires and everything. So that's what it looks like on the outside. I'll take you through the inside, maybe where I'm not blocking the entire path here. But that's what my little gym looks like. Okay, so stepping into the car, there's a Thar over there. They just came and asked me about the car, and they wanted to have a look at it, because mine looks very different to a standard Jimny. This is what the interiors look like. Those are the analog dials. A nice steering wheel, some Bluetooth controls here. I love these rotary knobs, and this is actually quite like a soft touch, spongy feeling grab handle. I've tried my best to put that wire in there, but it just refuses to stay in for the dash cam. And yeah, so these are the switches here. If you're a medico, then you know that pantoprazole is necessary. I think it's just a given now. If you're in the medical field, you end up with gastritis. I just put in a small little light here, and let me just turn on the car for you. And this is a cool little gimmick. You'll hear it in about a second.
Welcome, doctor.
Yeah, I haven't gotten bored of that yet. I also put in this small little light here. The only thing I'm not happy with are the mats, because unfortunately, sorry about that, but unfortunately when I bought the car, Suzuki didn't have any stock of mats, so I just had to get one from an Amazon seller, and they don't fit the best, so that's something I need to change. This is gonna hide my work ID. But this is the upholstery that I went with the grey and the blue contrast blue stitching. I need to get the car cleaned a bit, but it's the day to day. This is what you can expect. And I love that view. Did you see that view there with the spare tire at the back? Oh, it's so fun just to have it. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, I can't really complain. I think the driving position with my arm out through the window is just so nice. It feels like I'm driving through my estate in Coog. So I'm at a beautiful little viewpoint on the runway. You can hear some of the aircrafts taking off. So I'll get to my final conclusions on my drive back. So coming to the end of my Sunday drive and my almost 9,000 kilometer review of the car, I think, is it for everyone? Absolutely not. The immediate reaction I get, I feel like for most Indian men, I feel like they want something burly and make them feel masculine. But really, if you are comfortable with your masculinity and all of that, I think this is just the best car. I have a lot of men who approach me like, oh wow, it looks nice, thinking of getting it for my wife. My response to that is usually, I think you would, if she's not a car enthusiast or anything like that, then I just don't think this makes sense, because the steering is heavy and the engine is extremely refined. I'll give it that. It idles extremely silent and very smooth. It doesn't like to be pushed, but to be very honest, I think this isn't something you buy just for its size or the way it looks, right? You also buy it for the functionality. If you're not going to be taking it off-road, then I don't see much use for it. It is a perfectly good city car, but then when you compare it to something like maybe a Venue or a Sonnet, I think that just makes a lot more sense, because this being rear-wheel drive, you're going to have some power losses and the mileage isn't the best. As of right now, with a mix of off-roading and a bit of highway, and 90% of the time in the city, I'm getting about 9.5 kilometers a liter, which you'll definitely get a lot more if you buy one of the Hyundais or other Korean brands. This car in particular is for someone who doesn't really go with the rest of, they're not just being another sheep in the herd. I think you want something special, you want something a bit different. It looks like nothing else on the road. You get just the right amount of attention from people without, them trying to come and fiddle with your car, or, they don't despise you when they see you driving this on the road. And I think the car, it also enables so many things. So like I said, it allows you to take the dirt roads, it allows you to be a bit more adventurous, knowing you'll come out safe, knowing you'll be back on the track that you set off on. And the best part, I think, about this car is the community. I think generally, again, I don't want to generalize, but everybody knows what the word on the street is about Thar drivers, right? Jimny drivers don't have any reputation. And I think anybody who buys a Jimny is usually an informed choice. They've thought about it, they've done their research, at least most of them, and they look for something different, and they know the possibilities with that car, and then they've made their decision. And one thing I've noticed is, especially when I get another Jimny, I find another Jimny on the road, usually we end up greeting each other. I mean, most of the times we end up, just flashing headlights at each other or a little wave. And it's quite nice. It's like a sense of community that you don't necessarily get with any other car, because there are just so many of them on the road, right? So that's another plus. I think you get a sense of community. You feel connected to the other owners, and we all know. I think we're just driving something very special. I think the Indian market will realize it once they just cut off sales in India. I think it does so well. I believe the waiting period in Japan and South Africa, Australia are several months. I think more than 6 months. So it's just a lack of understanding, and I think I love it. It's the best thing because you have something unique. So is it for you? Do you enjoy driving? Do you enjoy going off-road? Do you enjoy having something a little different from the rest of the crowd? Then the Jimny, I think, is just the best. It's not the best on mileage, maybe not the best on the highway. It's a bit bouncy. It feels stable for sure, especially since I've gotten the wider track tires. I think it's pretty solid, robust feeling on the road. But again, like I said, the engine just is very comfortable at around 80 to 90. So if you're okay with that, I think it's plenty quick. In Bangalore traffic, I don't see anyone going above 60 at any given point of time. Maybe at midnight. So it's plenty quick for that. There's no point doing a 0 to 100 run in a Jimny because it's frankly not what it's made for. And I think from standstill to about 60 to 70, I think it's perfectly fine, and quicker than most of the traffic on the road, most of them being taxis and their Desires and Wagoners. This is plenty quick. I think it's not an issue. Maybe on those 2-lane highways when you want a quick overtake, it does struggle a bit. It's not meant for that. It's if you know what you're getting into, then there's absolutely no scope for disappointment. I think it's just such a superb car. So much so, I think it also grabs the attention, and also it shapes your personality. Everybody at work calls me Jim or Jimny now, so that's everybody notices. And I think generally most Jimny owners are nice guys. I think they're educated and they generally make some informed decisions. You're not doing this just because everyone else is, and they're okay being a little different. So that's my verdict. I love my Jimny. I think it's I think the only time I'm being a jerk is when I leave a bit of dust behind me, because I don't really need to slow down. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. But that's why I bought this car. I don't want to have to slow down on the bad patches, because that's about 50% of our roads, isn't it? So, that's another thing I upgraded. I feel like people do take you seriously in it because of the height and everything, but the stock horn was just like a scooty. And as much as I hate honking, sometimes it's just for your safety when you have to overtake a truck and you're in their blind spot and they just absolutely don't use their mirrors. It's essential to have a decent horn. So that was another upgrade that I did. It was a bit tricky because they had to get the bumper off and they had to disconnect the washer fluid for the headlights. That's another cool little feature that I don't necessarily need, but every time with the auto headlights, every time you pull the wiper stop, you end up washing your headlights as well. So yeah, that's my verdict. I think if you know with the Jimny, I think it's not for everyone, but when you do own it and you do the things it's meant to do, you're just gonna fall in love with the car. I don't think I'll ever sell this car. I love my Jim so much. It's got so much personality, it's got so much capability. It's just the most perfect car, in my opinion. Could it do with a bit more power? Yes, but I'm very happy. I don't think anybody needs to get anywhere as quickly as they think. I think everybody needs to learn to slow down a bit and enjoy the drive. I think it's all about the journey and less about the destination. So yeah, I hope someone found this video interesting to listen to, and I hope to be doing a lot more of these. I'm a peri-operative physician by day, and I'd like to do some car content like this in my free time. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with a few more videos. Cheers.